Wasted so much time on people who should've just been ignored. If I slow down now, I'll pump the brakes. What was it all for? What was it all for? What was it all for? I'ma make this shit count, though.
I knew exactly what was gonna happen, so we're gonna break this thing down. Tyson Fury pulls out of the undisputed heavyweight title fight. Now, people, this is all facts today. It's all facts every day, but this is straight from the heart today. You know, I haven't watched none of the build-up to this fight. I haven't watched none of the build-up, not one interview, not one face-off. I haven't looked at one tweet. I have not debated with anyone outside of Noble and the good people on the stream. I haven't wanted to engage in this fight at all. Now, you're probably saying, why? You're a boxing fan. It's the undisputed. Why are you not engaging? I'm not engaging because I knew this fight weren't going to happen. I knew for a fact this fight was not going to happen. Matter of fact, I get my Sky Sports notifications to my phone. Every time a notification came up, I was like, oh, is this the cancellation? Is this the cancellation? And then yesterday night, it finally came through. People, Tyson Fury is disrespecting boxing. He's holding up the division. He needs to be stripped and let somebody else fight for the belt. Usyk has been messed around time after time. This man was never going to fight. Never. You made an MMA fighter get in the ring with you and beat you to the point that the debate's going on now about Francis Ngannou being heavyweight champ. People, Joshua will do what he's supposed to do. Because Joshua, which is what I've been saying from day dot, people don't want to give that man his credit. Joshua is the real deal. Joshua is the man that we should have been behind. He's been fighting all comers. He never ducked nobody. He never held up the division. He don't pull out of fights. Fury, his heart is not in the sport. It's not in the sport. Man, they're going to say, oh, well, it was a cut, Mark. It was a cut. People, what are you doing sparring, yeah, with open headgear 2 weeks before the first undisputed fight in nearly 20 years? What are you doing sparring with an open headgear? He knew what he was doing. He didn't want no smoke. Usyk was going to beat that man. That's why he didn't want to get in the ring. That fight's never going to happen. Never. Fury is going to play games, just like how he didn't fight Klitschko the second time, because Klitschko was switched on now. Fury has a way of weakening fighters. Wilder 2, Wilder 3, my man pulled out right on the week of the fight. Fury pulled out. You know why? Because Wilder had built up so much momentum. He was looking that good in camp. Fury pulled out. He pulls out of fights constantly. He's disrespecting the heavyweight division, folks. Like, and the British media. This is why I love the internet. This is why I love YouTube. The British media are terrified of him. Addy from the Zone, giving him excuses. The man them on Talk Sport, giving him excuse. People, he didn't want the fight. Just say it as it is. He didn't want the fight. He didn't want the fight, yeah. He never wanted the fight. He was always going to find a reason to pull out of this fight. Always. Usyk, he knows what time it is. He knows what time it is. Usyk has been in camp He's got some good sparring partners. All the little footage that has emerged of Usyk, man looks sharp, on job, ready to go. Fury, idiot camp. Man's getting man. While the rumors are he got stopped in sparring. That's the rumors now. Obviously, sparring is sparring. It doesn't matter what happens in sparring. He don't want the fight, folks. From the Ngannou thing, he should have been cancelled. His belt needs to be stripped. The Ngannou fight, I told you, people, this is a man who didn't train, who don't take the sport serious. We have to now take that belt from him. Take it from him, because anybody who's a live opponent, yeah, he's not getting in the ring with them to be able to take it from him that way. He's not doing it. He's waiting, yeah, and to try and age man's out or to make man's lose their momentum, because when Usyk jumps back into camp, let's say the fight does get announced again, even though I'm telling you now that fight ain't happening. Let's say the fight does get announced again, yeah? How's Usyk going to train knowing that any point my man can pull out? The fight was never going to happen. Go back to whatever the streams was around the time we did it. I said it, this man does not want to fight. Mental health, depression, whatever it is he's got going on. I feel him. Thoughts be with you. What he's done in the past has been great. He was a great boxer for the times when he needed to step up. He did save the heavyweight division, but it's time to go. It's time to go. You're holding up division. You're holding up the division and you're playing games. Mm-hmm. Look at this. Just look at my man's face, Noble. You can tell he don't want to fight. You can tell he didn't want to fight. None of the usual antics. None of that stuff. The dad, these people need to be out of boxing, man. They need to be out. All these channels on YouTube and they're scared to talk and this one's scared. Who cares about if Fury is a joke? The man disrespected the sport. He's got everyone watching UFC instead of boxing.
Yeah.
That's where all the real competition is. Boxing is now a joke. It's so sad what they've did to the beautiful art. It's so sad. The Saudis apparently was going to make 100 mil. Then the Addy's talking about, oh, no, big up Addy, because, you know, Addy, this is not about Addy, but he said, oh, he's got money already. And? Addy, you don't need an extra 100 mil? You think Bill Gates don't need an extra 100 mil? Or want an extra 100 mil?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Fury, I'm not into the, it's that, listen, the undisputed people, that's all I've wanted to see for a long time. We ain't never going to see it.
As you said, Mark, listen. Let me
talk to me, Noble. Talk.
I cut in there because I know you got a whole heap to say still, Subin. I know you got a whole heap to say. I can hear the passion. This is your thing, boss. And as you've been highlighting, as we've been discussing, he ain't taking this thing serious at all. The last couple of years, he's not been taking this serious at all. The new lineal heavyweight boxing champion of the world is Francis Ngannou. Beat him fair and square. He was robbed by the decisions, by the judges, etc. You know what I mean? He's not in it mentally. He's not in this thing. And I'm not talking about the mental health side. He's just not there anymore. That drive, that determination to do the things he did historically, it ain't there no more. People don't realize, people are in love with the idea of your vicariously living your life through sports entertainers who are prize fighters, you know, who generally come from very interesting backgrounds, you know what I mean, to enable them to get to where they are. And those crazy things that enable them to get to where they are, unfortunately, at the same time, as same things that keeps them when they should be leaving or messes up the whole landscape of the whole game of boxing, where he should be celebrated. Yo, lineal heavyweight champ, UK, you know, he's come through the diet thing. He was fat and obese. He come out, did his thing, blah, blah, blah. He was suffering from mental illness and mental woes and issues, however it was diagnosed. Yeah. These are redeeming good qualities, but all this other stuff, this muffin top business coming out looking like some Simpson cartoon character business. The pup are going on nuts all over the damn place. Way too much business that he's doing, like overhyping the thing. And then as you say, like the fight was when, what, 17th, right? 17th of this month.
Yeah, just 2 weeks dead on.
Yeah, and you, as you say, you're gonna be sparring, heavy sparring, clearly, for you to have a cut like that with no protective gear on. Like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? Oh, 2 weeks out of camps. It's wind down time now. You've done all the hard work. The 2 weeks up to the fight, the end 2 weeks of that fight camp, is just tidying up the thing, man. Getting the weight down, doing the other things that you needed to tighten up. And you're not supposed to be heavy sparring. Sparring should be the last thing you should be doing. It's drills, man. It's drills and enjoying the fruits of your labor and mentally preparing for the battle. My man's done. Plastic fork. He's out of here, man. He's out of here. They're talking about rebooking this thing.
Never gonna happen. The fight's never going to happen. Quickly, Asia, big up, man, big up. The song on the intro is called "Don't Start Nothing" by Genghis, yeah, which is actually, I'm in the video still. See if you can spot me. Just type it in on YouTube. "Don't Start Nothing" by Genghis, yeah. Now, and Asia Jade said, I knew the fight wasn't going to happen. No undercard was ever announced. Yeah, the fight was never going to happen. This was planned. And the public, you know what it is? The British public have become, it's sad, you know, it's sad because this, you know, the general British public back in the day, I'm talking like before we were born, they were straight shooters, you know. Whether you agreed with them or not, this press, they were straight shooters. Whether it was about politics, whether it was about sport, whatever it was, the British press were usually straight shooters. Now, man want to keep relationships with people. Man want tickets to the fights. They want to eat, you know, they want to eat them little olives with the little toothpick stuck in them. They want to be able to go Saudi and, you know, drink them little wines out of them little wine glasses and take pictures with the fighters. That's not what you signed up to be a journalist for. You signed up to be a journalist to tell not only your truth, but to tell the truth. You don't think it's a coincidence that this is the third time of trying? My man is not going to fight. Usyk is not. Because the second he gets in there and Usyk does what he's supposed to do, Fury then, all the hype's over. It's all gone. Everyone's going to now know all them games you were playing before. And he don't care. He literally don't care. He don't care about the fans. None of that. None of that. It's too much of a coincidence that your boss. That look, I seen the video footage. Nah, man, this was planned out. They were never gonna fight. They didn't want the fight. They didn't want it. They didn't want the fight. They didn't want the fight. Any live opponents. This Gypsy King greatness, what everyone talks about. What is it? What is the greatness? You beat Vladimir Klitschko, who Joshua went on to stop after that. And then you beat a Wilder, who, don't get it twisted, Wilder's got bombs in his right hand. But other than that, Wilder can't box. He loses every fight, every round, every second until he lands. So what's this great resume we talking about? What's this all-time great stuff we talking about? Who has he fought? Who? Dillian White was never that good. Let's keep it real. Like, I don't tiptoe around things. This is about sport. This is not about roads or how hard your upbringing was or none of that crap. It's about what do you do in the ring. Dillian White coming there overweight, messing around, not turning up to the press conferences, none of that. And now Eddie Hearn and Warren are best friends. It's embarrassing what these men are doing to the sport. And then you can't even, no, but it's so bad, you can't even, yo, let me go on YouTube and hear the real. Let me turn it on. It's that Gareth Waste David. Like just talking rubbish. Just talking rubbish. Like, say it as it is, the man don't want to fight. Give up the belt. Let another person fight. You're holding up the division, man. Hrgovic. The only reason Joshua was able to fight Ngannou is because Fury went in there and messed around. If Fury went in there and did what he was supposed to do, there would be no Joshua Ngannou. So look at the knock-on effect Fury's causing in the division. Look at the knock-on effect. Look at the knock-on effect. Now he's in shape. Look at him now. Now he's in shape. We weren't in shape for Ngannou. I thought he was training hard and sparring hard and I'm a fighting man. I'm a fighting man. The man there, I can't listen. Noble, they've single-handedly, when Dana White sees Tyson Fury, he needs to shake his hand and give him a pat on the back because he's raised the UFC stock prices a lot. Every man's a UFC fighter now. Every man's a UFC fighter now. The beautiful art has been disrespected time after time, man. Fury, I just can't believe it. No, man, I just can't believe it. It's the undisputed, man.
But you called it. You called it some time ago. You got like the what did they say? The crystal ball. You know what I mean?
That's Thomas business.
Exactly. 35 years of age. You reckon age is playing part into why he's doing the things he's doing? Like physically, he's not going to be the same he was, like in his early 30s.
Noble, there's two type of people in this world. You got Floyd Mayweather's, and you got Tyson Fury's. A Floyd Mayweather, no matter how much we may not agree with his personal lifestyle and what he puts out, in the ring, my man gave it 100% every time. Look at them old school 24/7s. Man used to train hard, take it serious, never stop learning, and make tens of millions per fight and still do them training camps like he was an amateur. Fury, he's got money, and yeah, you've got money, and a lot of people will get money, and it takes away that hunger. Like Marvin Hagler said, it's hard to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning when the bed sheets were silk and the pajamas are silk. And I feel that. But then just get out of the way and let other man fight for the belt.
This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.